I'm asking you a question. You went to China, you asked the ambassador of the Philippines there, Madam Brady, for a meeting, and you said, do not take notes during our conversation. And you called the Secretary of Foreign Affairs a traitor. In fact, you told me that he committed treason.
Yes, it was an executive session and we're not supposed to divulge what's happening in
I will read it to the record, your conversation with Brady.
But it's
and his notes to the Department of Foreign
it's
Affairs.
supposed to be a confidential matter.
Whom did you talk to in China?
I don't need to report to the Senate President, Mr. President.
You have a duty
I
to
am not,
report what you do
obliged.
as a senator to this chamber. And in fact, you have a duty to notify the office of the Senate President when you leave this country to go abroad.
But I do
And
not.
the only time that I have authorized you is one time. I do not know how many times you have been to China. My understanding is you have been to China talking to the Chinese government for 6 times already.
Yes. And
And that you have met them 15 or 16 times. For what reason, we do not know. Are you becoming a fifth columnist of the Chinese in this country?
the Senate President is not privy to the backroom channel talks, and I'm not obliged in any way to
I think you
divulge.
have a duty to inform the people.
I'm not. I have already informed the people, but not the Senate President. I'm not obliged to report to the Senate President, and all this line of questioning is irrelevant again. And should this line of questioning continue, I will have to say that I will refuse to yield anymore the floor.
No, I'm asking you a question. You went to China, you asked the ambassador of the Philippines there, Madam Brady, for a meeting, and you said, do not take notes during our conversation. And you called the Secretary of Foreign Affairs a traitor. In fact, you told me that he committed treason.
Yes, it was an executive session, and we're not supposed to
And I
divulge
will
what's
read,
happening in
I will read it to the record, your conversation with Brady
But it's
and his
supposed to
notes to the Department of Foreign
It's
Affairs.
supposed to be a confidential matter.
Yes, but there's nothing confidential.
Even in the executive meeting, cabinet meeting, in the cabinet meeting in Malacanang, Mr. President, I will refuse to answer if that's
Because you
going to be the
cannot
line.
answer the
No,
questions I'm
because
going
it's
to ask
going
you
to
about
be
your
improper
meeting.
in this particular interpretation.
Because you cannot answer
I
the
can
questions
answer.
I'm going to
I
ask
can
you.
answer, but I won't be baited into that trap.
You met,
The point
you met
here
Brady.
is, Mr. President, this is
Mr.
how I
President,
felt.
may I request this gentleman
Mr. President,
to
in
be
that case,
admonished.
I will refuse to yield the floor anymore
Well,
for
in that case, I
any
will read it
interpretation.
to the record, the notes that Mrs. Brady or Ambassador Brady wrote about your conversation with her in Beijing on August 12, 2012. You want me to
The
read
point
this?
of order, Mr. President.
You want me to read this?
A point of
What is the
order.
point of order?
The Senate President may reveal sensitive information pertaining to foreign relations and national security, and I believe it is out of order in
You
this
do not teach me what
session.
the parliamentary proceedings. I'm not answerable to anybody about
There's a
what
point
I
of
say
order,
in this hall.
Mr. President.
The Senate President may proceed.
All right? And I have here the white paper that you've been writing about the Secretary of Foreign Affairs. Well, 17 August 2012. He cannot take the hit. He's a coward. Senator Trillanes requested that no notes be taken. That's one. Two, what the Chinese want is to tone down the rhetoric. He met the night before
Mr. President.
with the senior Chinese
Point of order,
MFA
Mr. President.
officials.
Mr. President, excuse me, point of order.
Yes.
Mr.
The
President,
gentleman from Taguig.
Just a point of inquiry and a point of order. Senator Trillanes had the floor, and he refuses to answer more questions. So the Senate President has all the right to continue and to speak if he rises on a point of personal privilege.
Well,
But-
then I will take this.
Yes, Mr. President. My apologies, sir. I'd just like to also mention that I am sad that this discussion is taking place, and I understand, sir, the sensibilities. But may I also just put on record that, or ask the chair, Mr. President, that if some of these things we're discussing now affects national security, although I deeply regret that this is happening, I deeply understand, Mr. President, the sensitivities being taken place.
Your Honor, I've been
Yes, sir.
in charge of national security in this country before you were born. And I know what I'm talking about.
Yes, Mr. President, I'm just saying that since we are entering an emotional phase of the
No,
discussion...
I'm not
Mr.
emotional.
President.
The truth must be told.
Anyway, Mr. President, no one can stop a senator from standing up and saying his
I
piece.
did not start this, you know. If
Yes,
you
Mr.
start
President.
a fight with me, then I'll take you on.
Yes, Mr. President, I'm not objecting now because he has the right to take the floor on his own time now. I'm just a very humble reminder, sir, that if it is a executive session or if this was told in confidence...
No, I'm
or
going
this
to
affects
speak
national-
to the Filipino
Mr.
people
President.
about this.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes.
The Philippines' first and leading crypto exchange, Coins.ph. 60 cryptocurrencies to trade, like Bitcoin, USDT, and more. Enjoy low fees, favorable rates, and a smooth cash in and out experience. Download Coins.ph now.
And joining us on Hot Copy this morning, what a great honor. I'm very happy you trusted the show. Senate President